Hi folks. Recently on YouTube and other places I've come upon the phrase Christian morality being thrown around. Every time I hear it, I have to scratch my head. Makes me wonder what they might mean by such a phrase. The Bible certainly is no help. Sure, it lays down some rules and codes for living, but then it goes on to tell one story after another about how nobody pays any attention to them. Nobody gives a damn. Do you think King David, God's chosen golden boy, never read the Ten Commandments? I think he knew what the rules were, but it didn't stop him from doing anything and everything that came into his narcissistic, sociopathic little head. I tell you, there's so much murder, rape, genocide, incest in the Bible. I'm surprised Christians allow their kids to get anywhere near the thing. If all that stuff were printed in a magazine, they'd be down at the newsstand with torches and placards trying to ban the darn thing. Christians of one stripe or another have been running Western Europe since the fall of the Western Roman Empire 2,600 years ago. History during that period has been one episode of war, rape, murder, genocide, torture, one thing after another. It hasn't been a pretty rosy picture. Christian morality has continents such things as the massacre of men, women, and children in Jerusalem when the Crusaders took the place during the First Crusade. It was Christian kings that forced the Jews out of Spain, Jews that had lived in Spain for over 1,000 years, and then proceeded to torture and burn any of them that tried to become Christians and stay in Spain. The 30 Years' War in Germany between the Protestants and the Catholics went on for 30 years, just like it says. In the process, literally a third of the population of Germany was killed. Christian people have overseen the wholesale slaughter of the American Indians, several million people. Christians managed the slave trade, which brought blacks from Africa to replace the Indians that had all died one way or another. In fairly recent times, good Christian men made a practice of regularly mutilating and lynching black men in the South to enforce racial segregation. Yes, the Ku Klux Klan is and was a Christian organization. Even read the paper any week. I can't get through a week without coming across some story of some Christian mouthpiece who has been revealed as a swindler, an adulterer, a closeted homosexual, a pedophile. Frankly, in 2,600 years, I think all that Christian morality has built is a steaming pile of hypocrisy. Recently, a commentator on one of my videos questioning Mitt Romney's qualification to be President of the United States said that he would vote for Romney because Romney had Christian morals. I don't know why he thinks Obama doesn't have Christian morals. Obama is a registered Baptist. He goes to church every week. Actually, what I think this guy was saying was that Romney had Mormon values. It seems to me this commentator was a Mormon. When I brought up the Mountain Meadows Massacre, which happened in 1857, in which Mormons dressed as Indians killed 120 white pioneers who were trying to get to California in revenge for the brutal treatment that the Mormons had received at the hands of other Christians in Arkansas. He got all defensive. Actually, I used to live in Salt Lake City, and the whores there, yes, don't be shocked, there are whores in Salt Lake City, said that every year when the convention came around and all the Mormon stake presidents came into Salt Lake from the various little towns across the Utah desert to discuss Mormon business, the whore said the money was very good around convention time. Yeah, you know, frankly, I don't think Mormon morals are any less vague or shifty than Christian morals. Another commentator made the argument that without a final authority, morals like God, as expressed through the Bible, morality then just became a matter of opinion. I would like to point out to him that that's just a circular argument. Obviously, if you don't believe in God and you don't believe that the Bible is the divine word of God, well, then the authority of the Bible really comes down to equal the authority of last month's Reader's Digest. I certainly don't believe in any of that theistic nonsense. And just because it's written in a book somewhere, it's just an opinion. And, you know, one opinion is just about as good as another. Religious people in general want to make the argument that without divinely backed morality, people would just be stealing and lying and having deviant sex with their neighbors. Just as a little experiment, just for laughs, maybe you ought to try living that way for a while. See how long you can get away with it before your neighbors show up outside your door with loaded shotguns and blazing torches. Nature is relentlessly amoral. The lion doesn't feel the least pang of guilt about biting off the little gazelle's head or eating the cubs of some other lion. Morality is a man-made thing. I actually believe it's a evolutionary development that allowed humans to get together in groups and live relatively peacefully without killing each other. Morality, it takes many different forms. Every society has a set of rules by which they live. Even the mafia, even the godless, atheist, communist countries, they all have a moral code that people have to obey. Otherwise, they get in a lot of trouble. I think in prehistoric times, man may have referred to God as a way of enforcing the idea of morality in people's consciousness, but I'm very sure that if all the gods were to disappear tomorrow, morality would carry on. Morality came first, the gods were invented second. And so that kind of leaves me, the next time somebody comes along and says to me, uses the phrase Christian morality, I may be tempted just to snort and ask them if they're making a joke or they're trying to be ironic. Christian morality indeed. I wonder what that might be. Thanks a lot, folks. Bye.